From an empty Olympics to what will be a packed Wembley Stadium for the Euro 2020 final on Sunday night. After two epic semi-finals, London now hosts a decider which, for the first time in tournament history, will feature England. Since their 1966 World Cup win at the previous Wembley Stadium, England have lost in the semi-finals of 5 major tournaments. But here they have seen off Germany, Ukraine and Denmark to earn their chance to end 55 trophyless years. Or will the Italians upset the Wembley crowd? The Azzurri's only Euro title came as hosts back in 1968 before missing out on the titles in 2000 and 2012. Sports correspondent David Lee is back, having joined us throughout the tournament. David, both Italy and England were stretched to the limit in the semis. They went to extra time, with Italy needing a penalty shootout to win. So fatigue will hamper preparations and quite possibly the later stages of the final itself. But which team is better equipped to deal with this, you think?
Hi, so unpopular opinion here, but I'm going to say no. Fatigue is not going to be as big a factor as what some would have you believe. Not when it's a final between two teams with such depth. Every name in the England team is a key player at club level, with the exception of maybe goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. You'll be hard-pressed to find a starter who cannot be easily replaced by another international teammate. Gareth Southgate has raised eyebrows at this tournament by playing right-sided Kieran Trippier on the left and left-sided Bukayo Saka on the right. But this just goes to show the versatility of the players he has at his disposal. Plus, you have stars like Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Phil Foden and Jack Grealish on the bench. Yes, many of them have had long seasons, and perhaps that's why Rashford has not played so many games as he would have liked, as he's carrying a shoulder injury. But overall, with the squad England have, another 10 games I think won't be a problem for this bunch. As for Italy, Roberto Mancini has quite famously used every player in his Italy squad at Euro 2020, except for third-choice goalkeeper Alex Meret. This also shows the quality he has within his squad, as well as the trust he has in his players. The one problem area Italy could have is if somehow left-back Emerson also gets injured, leaving them with no natural option in that position after first-choice Leonardo Spinazzola tore his Achilles tendon earlier in the tournament. Of course, there will be marginal gains for Italy as they played the semi-final a day earlier, like you mentioned. But you can also pull England level with the other argument that they have done less travelling, with only one away game in Rome for the quarterfinals, while Italy have had to travel to Germany and England other than playing at home. In terms of match exertion, Italy have played one more period of extra time than England, but have not fallen behind in any of the games they played, and so didn't have to chase an equaliser. England have, but took only 9 minutes to equalize after Denmark took the lead in the semi-final. But like I said, this is the final we are talking about. It is a one-off. Everything goes out the window. Morale is high at both camps. Everybody is pumped up and the adrenaline will take over. In any case, both teams have deep and capable reserves to call upon when necessary.
Well, fantastic. So very evenly matched on both sides. Well, Italy are perennial powerhouses who have beaten top-ranked Belgium as well as Spain en route to the final. England boast a watertight defence that has conceded only one goal all tournament and will be buoyed by home advantage. But this is uncharted territory for the English in their first major final since 1966. David, you were spot on predicting that these two teams would be in the final, but now who will emerge champions?
Well, I think I should start charging, No, just joking. It's interesting you talked about the defensive records, because while England have just conceded their first goal at Euro 2020, and that too by a free kick, Italy have conceded in each of their last 3 games. So England will fancy the chances of getting a goal while trying to shut out the Italians. Yes, this is uncharted territory for England, but none of the current Italy players have won anything with their national team either. Only Giorgio Chiellini, Leonardo Bonucci and Salvatore Sirigu were part of the team that lost the Euro 2012 final to Spain. So there's not really an advantage there in terms of major final winning experience. On the other hand, 60,000 fans being allowed into Wembley could mean that it's finally going to come home for England. And by it, I'm referring to both a major title as well as possibly COVID-19. We have seen the effects a partisan crowd can have on a home team and how teams have suffered from a lack of support during this pandemic. So that really could be the winning factor in an even matchup. This really is a 50-50 between two well-managed teams. My heart goes out to England, as they are the team many of us Singaporeans of a certain age grew up supporting and suffering with. But I have to stick with my pre-match picks of Italy riding on their record 33-match unbeaten run to the second European title. It will be close, 2-1 in normal or extra time, or even penalties to decide it.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see if David is indeed right once more. Italy versus England. The Euro 2020 final is early on Monday morning here in Singapore at 3 a.m. Set your alarms.